The chairman, Mr. Dingell.
I want to thank my colleagues on the Appropriations Committee on both sides and their extraordinary staff for their courtesy to me as we have gone on through this legislation and through the discussion of this amendment. But I've listened to my Republican colleagues tell us how great we're doing. My good friend, for whom I have enormous fondness, presents us with a bunch of pictures of food. Looks great. And maybe it's safe, and maybe it's not. And he's got a bunch of numbers that he says it's 99.99% safe, and that sounds wonderful. But what are the real facts? All right, the real facts are that at the time that this cut is going into place on food and drugs budget, 3,300 people have been sickened in Germany with a particularly dangerous form of E. coli. 30 people are dead. It is spreading across the German borders into other countries. Now, how are we doing over here? Well, first of all, Food and Drug has been starved of resources for years and has not been able to provide the necessary protection to the American people from imported food which is coming in and, frankly, sickening people. Now, what is the situation? Salmonella in peanuts, bad mushrooms from China, E. coli in peppers coming in from Mexico, melamine in dairy products. Kills kids, kills babies, and it causes all manner of health risks and dangers. Bad pharmaceuticals coming in. We haven't been able to get a hold of that problem yet, but I'm going to try and get a bill that will address that. And I'm going to try and see to it that we get a fee system that will enable us to not have to quarrel about these monies on the House floor. But in this country, let's look. If this is going so well, and the Secretary of Agriculture is so right, and my dear friend from Georgia is correct, then there's really nothing to worry about. And I would like somebody around here to tell me what I'm then going to tell the 3,000 people who have been killed in this country by bad food every single year. And 128,000 of them are sick enough that they have to go to hospital. But on top of that, 48 million people get sick. There is no way on God's green earth, with the budget that Food and Drug has, that they can properly and adequately protect American food and to protect the American people. Dangers of bad imported food. China is the Wild West. The stuff that they're supporting to be exporting to the United States, very frankly, I'm not sure I'd feed my hogs. Now, having said these things, it's time for us to stand up to the problem and say, okay, we're going to spend the money that's necessary to keep people safe. We're talking about $49 million here. A lot of money. But how much do you think it takes to bury 3,000 Americans? Or how much does it cost to take care of 128,000 people that are hospitalized every year because of this? Or 48 million people who get sick, and mothers who lose babies and because of bad milk and things of that kind that comes in from China, where they put melamine in it to up the fictitious level of nitrogen and protein. So I beg you, let us do what is necessary to see to it Food and Drug has the funds that they need to do the job to protect the American people. I thank my good friend for yielding.